Hello, fellow skeptics. Lester the Skeptic Tank here. Just gonna test my audio. I just picked up a not a new, but a headset from the charity shop for $3. It's a Logitech brand, so I'm thinking it is detected. So I'm just gonna see if I have audio being picked up. But I wanted to follow up on what I had touched on because I alluded to a test, and again, this goes back to my look at the word Eras tour or era with respect to someone like a Taylor Swift, because she used the name Eras, but she only covered 16 years worth of her career. And I'm going to use YouTube Music as my source to obtain the ability to listen to all the available albums for one Taylor Swift and one Kylie Minogue. And she's only one example of many who I think have done it longer, and I'll gauge if it's done better. I have been exposed to Taylor Swift tracks. I'm not a Swiftie, I don't pretend to be. It's not my jam, but I do like specific pop artists. So before I forget, let me go ahead and I'm going to be kicking myself when it's said and done because once I plug this into my YouTube music library, I can imagine the algorithms just being electrified on certain levels. And when I see my super mix, really? So I'm going to do some quick sleuthing, and the results I get will likely be taken with a grain of salt because I just need a rough sketch of her discography. Just so I can see what her first album was. Self self titled album. Here goes nothing. Oh boy. I will not add this to my library. I'm just gonna play. Well, wish me luck. But here's the tally so far. That's a loose tally at that. I'm already digging Kylie Minogue's first album. And I don't know how fair it is, but I'm I think I've been exposed to enough vocals and a lot of pop personalities or pop artists from anything within the domestic sphere and the international. And I like to think I can tell when someone's being flat or they're doing a job of camouflaging a person's lack of vocal range. So anyway, I've got 15 tracks. The trickiness over here is going to be whether or not I want this played during my working time or before I go to bed. I'm thinking I'm thinking it's gonna be during my work time because again I'm not a Swiftie. I may have these songs before it's said and done in my head for all the wrong reasons. Wink, wink, nod, nod, tee, whatever. So wish me luck, and I'm going to duplicate this tab and show you what I've been working with within Kylie Minogue's discography, at least for her first album. And growing up, I never knew the name of the acts. That's the word I was looking for. The acts, pop acts, groups. I was more attuned to the track itself. I learned about artists well after the fact, well after the song's been pushed out. Like even songs I listened to within my childhood. And I'm going to go with, I think this is going to be the name of the album, so I will, yeah. So this song, I didn't know she was the artist. I learned well after the fact she was the artist for this song, as I heard it back in the late 80s. Um, I already like what I've heard. Turn It Into Love was a song I actually first got exposed to through a cover group called, not necessarily cover as their specialty, but it's called, the name of the duo is called Wink. I just came across it during my initial exposure to city pop, which I found incidentally, I forget where, but it was a genre that just after a few tracks from various artists, I just latched onto. You know, good arrangement, good production. So I've already listened to a few tracks of these. I'll probably listen to all of these, just so I can have at least a fair appraisal of a one-to-one of their first album. This is going to be a multi-part or multi-phase deep dive because I'm going to likely try to get within a good first three, maybe 4 to 5 albums to be as objective as I can to see if there's any kind of the term thrown around being reinventing. Not that you have to do that, but at least a sense of growth from album to album, or a sense of style that they took on. Because at least for the right production company or record label, they kind of know that artists have to change it up from time to time. And I think based on what I heard within her debut track, speaking of Taylor Swift, I kind of knew the direction she was going to. Again, they were what they were. I'm not attached to Taylor Swift. I can understand why they're catchy, but not my jam. Kylie Minogue, for whatever reason, more of my style. Just it just works for me. Anyway, but I do get a feel for her sense of vocal range up to this point. So more later, and I'm gonna leave it up to you guys because everybody's system or ways of viewing content on YouTube are different from person to person, from device to device, and however those devices are set. So going off of that, I'm gonna leave it as is, and we'll go from there. Until next time, fellow skeptics, catch you all on the other side and take it easy. Peace out.